What's up, gang? Any questions for me? Because I'm tired.
Hey, Dana in the back over here.
Yeah.
Straight in the back. Can you assess Conor's performance in your opinion? Did he do better than you thought? Was this what you saw in training at the Performance Institute?
Yeah, no, I'm so proud of Conor tonight, man. You know, it's not the fight that I thought it was going to be. It was a completely different fight than I expected. You know, Conor, when you get into professional boxing, right? And, you know, you guys know you start 4 rounds, you fight 6 rounds. We went 10 rounds tonight with arguably the greatest to ever do it. Max Kellerman, I've been trying to get a hold of him. He ain't answering his phone right now, but he said that Conor wouldn't land 1 punch on Floyd Mayweather. You know, there were a lot of people that were super negative about, you know, this boxing match with Floyd, and Conor looked unbelievable. I'm sure you guys probably already saw this, but if you didn't, the CompuBox numbers were in 9 of Floyd Mayweather's fights where it went 12 rounds. His opponents hit him with less than 100 punches. Conor hit him with 111 in less than 10 rounds. So it was a great fight. I'm really proud of Conor.
And Dana, just to follow up on that a little bit, given how well he did in the fight, you know, against a long guy, if he chose to box again, would you endorse that and would you work with him on it?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Kevin?
I just said if he chose to box again, given how well he did, would you endorse that and work with him on that?
I would rather he did not. You know, this isn't what he does. He's a mixed martial artist where he goes in and he fights and he uses all of his weapons. And tonight he was only allowed to use his hands. I think he did great tonight. I don't think there's anything else left to prove. I would rather he fight mixed martial arts.
Dana, I guess just to kind of follow up on that, let's not talk about Conor McGregor specifically. I mean, this was a special, unique event. Would you be open to entertaining the idea of ever doing this, a cross-promotional bout like this again?
I'm ready to get back to the UFC and do what I do. You know, these guys were amazing to work with. No bullshit, you know me. These guys were awesome. The Team Mayweather, Al Heyman, much respect. These guys were, you know, like I said, I was expecting something completely different coming in to work with these guys because of how long it took to make the Pacquiao fight. But it was, I can tell you it wasn't this side. That I can promise you. These guys have been fantastic.
And of course, the question on every UFC fan's mind is when is Conor McGregor going to step back in the octagon? I know it's early, but have you had a chance to speak with him at all? I mean, any indication of what should and could come next for him in the UFC?
Yeah, I've been back there with him pretty much this whole time, and we're not talking about fighting tonight. You know, he put on a great performance. We're not talking about fighting. You know how he is, man. When he's ready, he'll let me know.
Dana over here. What's your response after the event tonight to people who said this was going to be a circus, that it would be a farce?
Yeah, you know, you have to have negative people, man. When you're doing stuff like this, it creates the debate and the back and forth. But I knew Conor McGregor's a fighter, you know, and we saw a fight tonight. I don't know if tonight was the best boxing you've ever seen, but we saw a fight. And I mean, Conor was in here landing jabs on Floyd Mayweather. He was hitting him with right hands. He hit him with a big uppercut, hitting him with nice body shots. Conor McGregor looked damn good tonight to me. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I thought he looked awesome, and I'm proud of him. You know, 2 big superstars. This thing built from the bottom up, from the fans to the media, and then up to us when we even started remotely considering something like this. And it was just a real special event and a rare event. I'm not looking to do this again.
Hey, Dana, straight back. Straight back, all the way back.
Yep.
Considering that he did as well as he did tonight against Floyd, what do you think would have been the case if he had started out like a regular boxer, where you mentioned before guys going 4 rounds, 6 rounds, and tonight he went 10 with Floyd Mayweather? Had he had some experience and not just coming on his pro debut, how much better do you think he would have been able to perform?
Yeah, I think for a lot of the people here today that are big boxing guys and have never liked MMA or whatever the deal might be, Conor McGregor is a rare, special individual, man. He's an incredible fighter. He's willing to put everything on the line. It's like I say all the time, without any risk, there is no great reward. You must, you know, the greats always risk. And Conor McGregor is that guy. He's a very special individual. I think if he would have started boxing, he'd have probably been very well. I mean, how can we even debate it? How can we even talk about it? He just went 10 rounds, 10 really good rounds with Floyd Mayweather.
Hey Dana, off to your right here. To your right.
Yep.
How you doing? Conor's purse this evening was 10 times the size of his biggest disclosed purse in the UFC. Do you expect that to cause you problems in negotiations in the future?
No. Listen, if our fights do what the guys did here tonight in the gate, we'll all be good, trust me. Nobody will be bitching about anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Dana, to your left. To your left, corner. Right here.
Hey.
Champ Creed, Fox Sports Radio. So before the fight today, it was announced that Top Ring Boxing is doing a deal with Disney for their library, distribution, and one of the things that was mentioned in the article was that they made an overture to you guys to see if they could incorporate a deal. And we've seen you with the Zuffa Boxing, McGregor Boxing Club. Is there anything that you know of on high that will include boxing into the portfolio of what you guys have going on with the UFC?
You know, I never said never. I've said never before and I was wrong. I wanted to get through this fight, get this fight behind us. And first of all, I want to get back to business, doing what I do, which is the UFC. And I don't know, I would never say never, but it's not something I'm thinking about right now.
Okay, and conversely, Leonard, now that you see the numbers that the UFC brought with their digital media infrastructure that helped boost the social media attention, the views, and the ticket sales, do you foresee yourself and Al Heyman, do you foresee yourself and Al Heyman dipping your feet in a pool of MMA, whether it be, you know, something under the PBC brand or the TMT brand?
Was that to him?
Yeah, that was for Leonard. I mean, I asked it again.
We're always open to doing anything if it makes business sense. You know, we're very good at what we do, and we're going to continue doing our thing.
Dana, I was talking to some other UFC people before the fight, even before the fight, and they were saying what this has done in bringing fans, you know, attention to the UFC is probably the best thing about this fight. Do you agree with that point?
Say it again. What was the question?
I mean, other than Conor's strong showing tonight, even before the fight, some of the UFC officials I was talking to said the great thing about this fight is that it's bringing so many new fans to your sport, and it will do that. Is that the same way you feel?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. The way that I look at fights and the way that I look at fighting is, we're going to have fights that we put on that are for the hardcore UFC fans. We're going to have some fights that will do better than that, and then we'll have some fights that are big, where we do the Diaz Conor 1.5 million, you know, these type of things. It takes two very special people in the right place and the right time to do the freakish kind of numbers and the water cooler talk and all the things that this fight had. You got to have the right people in the right place at the right time. This shit doesn't happen all the time. You know what I mean? This has happened twice. It's happened twice.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for none other than Floyd Mayweather.
Here we go again. I don't know what to say. Y'all know we've been doing this for 21 years. I told you guys I'd come straight ahead. So, you know, with coming straight ahead, I was going to take some contact. I could have sat back and just boxed and counter-punched and made it boring. I didn't want to do that. I feel like I owe the fans a last hurrah. So I went out there and that was the game plan. Me and my dad communicated before we went out there. The whole game plan was to go out there and let him shoot heavy shots from the beginning. Take him down the stretch and do what we do best. That's what we did tonight. We had a cool training camp. You know, I didn't box for the last month. I didn't do no sparring. But, you know, there's no excuses. He came out here, he fought a hell of a fight, a hell of a stand-up guy, and I went out there and just did what I do best. Found a way to trap him and broke him down. And you know, I want to say congratulations to my team, strong team. I got a real strong team. I've been working on my team for a lot of years. You know, I've been knowing Dana White for 21 years since I came to Las Vegas. And I'm one of the first guys that believed in Dana White before anybody believed in Dana White. I was one of the first guys to give Dana White a chance when nobody wanted to give him a chance. Dana, thank you. And Leonard Ellerby, CEO of Mayweather Promotions. We don't always see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we always get great results and we get the job done. Me and my father, we don't always see eye to eye, but we always get great results, and that's really what it's about. You know, my publicist, Kelly Swanson, CBS, Showtime, Steven Espinoza. I mean, there's so many people I want to thank. You know, the CEO of the UFC, you know, the fans from Ireland that came over, and all the media, the MMA media, the boxing media, for covering this event. You know, I want to go out with a bang. I told you guys it'd be blood, sweat, and tears. And I told you he was a hell of a fighter standing up. Kind of shocked me. And I told my dad, it was something I was talking to my dad about, that made him a keep amongst us, because certain things don't go out to the public, you know. But we had a game plan. Our game plan was to take our time, let him shoot all his heavy shots, keep walking him down, shoot heavy shots to the body, shoot big shots upstairs. And my dad said my dad thought it was going to be a little bit earlier, around the 7th or the 6th. But, you know, it took us a little longer than we expected, but we did what we said we was going to do. And I promise everybody, remember this. You know, I told you people, I guarantee you this fight wouldn't go the distance. I told you, I was going for the knockout, I was going straight ahead. And with going straight ahead, you're going to take contact. I understand that. But, you know, after 21 years in the sport of boxing, you know, I had some great fights, I had some boring fights. But at the end of the day, I will be always remembered as a winner. You know, no matter how you win, as long as you win. And I know how to, I know how to dissect my opponent. I know how to go out there and break them down and just stick to the game plan. It was an injury, of course, not an injury like that, but I wanted my hands to be 100% for the fight. You know, I didn't want my hands to grow brittle. You know, everybody knows that. I wanted my hands to be solid when I come out here. So when I'm shooting hard shots, you know, I'm able to break the guy down. Whereas if I was a boxer and I got a serious hand injury, I wouldn't be able to punch as hard.
My second question, though, is you leave, you were the biggest star, you sold the most pay-per-views, the most tickets. Where does boxing go from here after this? How do you generate the next level of stars? And who do you see as the guys who are going to be the ones selling the million pay-per-views and keep up the momentum that you have in 2017 in boxing?
Okay, I'm going to touch on this. I'm going to touch on that, Kevin, but I want to say something. We did break the record tonight for the biggest gate. Me and Pacquiao have done 72 million. I think we've done somewhere over 80 million, you know, for the live gate. We also, on pay-per-view, it took us so long to come out for the fight. I know all the fans was anticipating, like, why you guys taking so long? The reason why we took so long is because the servers, the pay-per-view server in California and in Florida crashed. So we want to make sure we get everything back in place, you know, everything in the right place so that everybody can see pay-per-view and give everybody a show. And you ask me about who do I think is the next superstar in boxing, there's a lot of hell of a fighters out there. There's a lot of young lions out there, you know. You won't see me in the ring no more, so any guy that's calling me out, forget it, I'm okay. You know, I had a great career, I had a tremendous career. I'm proud of Badu Jack, I'm proud of Javante, Tank Davis, I'm proud of everybody that's under the Mayweather Promotions banner, you know, and of course, you know, I have to say I'm proud of Al Hammond, you know, just being an advisor / manager, us being business partners, us communicating, us knowing one another for over a decade, and us, you know, taking boxing to that next level. You know, and Steven, and I can't thank Steven enough, and I can't thank Showtime enough, or CBS, just for believing in me. You know, I had a, you know, when I went to Showtime, I told Showtime, these are the things that I want to do. You know, I want to roll the dice and take chances and do record-breaking things. And tonight, we broke the Pacquiao pay-per-view number. We broke all I'm doing is breaking my own records. So, but hopefully, I can find the next Floyd Mayweather that can sell 1 million homes, Kevin. You know, everything takes time, but eventually we'll find the next superstar.
Hey, Floyd, straight back. Congratulations. Right here, baby.
Oh, hey.
It's Dan Rayfield here.
I know, Dan.
All right.
You write for ESPN, Dan. I've been on you.
Congratulations on the victory tonight. I wanted to ask you one thing about yourself and one about Conor. First of all, now that your career is over, you say you're going back into retirement. Other than your business interests with Mayweather Promotions and your gentleman's club here in Las Vegas, what other things do you want to do with the rest of your life?
I just want to help these fighters. You know, I look forward to becoming a boxing trainer. Just helping trainers. As far as no different from my dad is a hell of a trainer. You know, he taught me the sport. And everything that he taught me from day one, I still know. But I want to help just other trainers help make fighters better. You know, I want to go out there and help fighters better and teach fighters about becoming a superstar, not just in the ring, but on the outside. A lot of times fighters think that, oh, I'm undefeated or I'm a knockout puncher. That makes me a superstar. It takes more than that. It takes a lot of work on the outside and surround yourself with the right team to become a mega superstar.
Floyd, my other question for you is, I'd like you to just take a minute and assess Conor McGregor that you saw in the ring tonight. I'd like you to maybe mention about what you felt as far as his power, his skills, and frankly, how you think he might do if he was fighting a regular fighter, not a Floyd Mayweather.
He was solid. You know, I've been off for a couple of years, and I'm a lot older now. Remember I told you guys, I'm not the same Floyd Mayweather I was 21 years ago. I told you guys I'm not the same Floyd Mayweather I was 2 years ago. But remember, I still have a hell of an IQ, and you know, I'm still a thinker. So what I did was, as far as the question about it, he's solid. I felt it before, so that's why I kept coming straight ahead. It obviously wasn't the type of power to say I can't come forward, because if it was that type of power, I wouldn't have came forward.
Floyd, just to follow up on Conor, there was a lot of concern coming into this fight that the rules were going to be followed, and it was a little bit rough at times in there. There were some warnings. How did you feel about the way Conor conducted himself in the ring tonight?
I let the referee do his job. You know, I let the referee do his job. I'm not here to bash the referee. But you guys know what's going on. A lot of rabbit punching, a lot. You know, things happen, but you know, you live and you learn. You know, the referee's a hell of a referee. Conor McGregor's a hell of a fighter. I'm not here to bash anyone. I just went out there to do my job tonight.
And I did want to ask, at the end of the 5th round, you did have a little push after the bell. One kind of wonder what was going through your head at that point. Was that frustration? Was that to send a message? What was that about?
You know, give the fans what they want to see. I pushed them and told them, you still ain't knocking me out yet. I thought you said it wasn't going past 4. Show me your real power. That's all. It was, you know, it just, you know, trash talking that, you know, fighters do, whether it's MMA or boxing. You know, we talk trash. That's what we do. You know, when the best compete against the best, we want to be pushed, and that's what, you know, that's how boxing and MMA goes.
Floyd, of your 50 victories, what in your mind was your most impressive?
Well, every fight played a major key. You know, not just number 50, just to get to this point. You know, a lot of people ask me about Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano is a legend. He paved the way for me to be where I'm at. There's a lot of champions that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. I'm very appreciative, very thankful, and like I said, every fight counts to me. Not just one fight, not number 48, not number 49, not number 50. Every fight played a major key in my career.
Floyd?
I asked in Toronto tonight to surprise his build at like the media tour. Can I ask the same question tonight? Did McGregor surprise you in the ring tonight?
I said again.
Did anything surprise? Did McGregor surprise you anyway tonight?
I knew he was going to be awkward from the beginning, but right before we came out, you know, I talked with the legendary trainer, Floyd Mayweather, my father. We talked, and he said, you know, we communicated. You know, when I was younger, you know, when I got older, me and my dad was able to talk. There's a difference between when I'm 21 and I'm 40. Me and my dad is able to have a father-son conversation. We communicated, we talked. And my dad was in the corner a couple times, and he wanted more out of me, but he knew the reason why. He knew what I was doing. We talked about it in the back. We said the game plan is let him shoot his low, let him shoot all the hard shots. He's going to try to kill me. He's going to keep switching. We'll take our time, shoot hard shots to the body, eventually break him down. We get him around the 6 to the 7, but he lasts a little longer than we expected. But you know, I stuck to the game plan.
Floyd?
Over here to your left. Hi Floyd, it's Levette with Hollywood Unlocked. So I was wondering, the internet has been going in on Conor for hitting you in the back of the head a few times. He had a few warnings. Did that throw you off at all?
I'm not here to bash anyone. I told you guys what I was going to do. I knew he was going to be a tough competitor. It's about pushing myself. And in number 49, it wasn't good enough. Number 48 wasn't good enough. So I told you guys I was going to come straight ahead for number 50 can be good. I can't be the fighter and the winner. I had to choose what I'm going to be. And a lot of rabbit punches, a lot of hitting the back of the head, hitting in the back. Once again, not the referee, I'm just the fighter. That's for the referee to do his job. And I told the referee in the back, you go back and view it. When the referee was in the back with me, I told him he's going to be doing a lot of rabbit punching. And my only concern was hitting me in the back of the head. I said I want him to keep the punches on the side and in the front. But all the shots was coming to the back. But he's tough. He's tough guy.
Floyd, did you feel any effects of age tonight?
Oh no, not at all. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I just know that going straight ahead. If you're going straight ahead, you know, with your guards up, you're going to get some contact. You know, I'm trying to close the gap. He was throwing some awkward shots from an awkward position. You know, landed a couple uppercuts, hooks. You know, but I'm more like, you know, stay calm, relax. You've been here before because, you know, you can't play into the crowd. You can't play into his stance. Just take your time, stick to the game plan, and you'll get the job done.
I thought a great example of, you know, your legacy and how long you've lasted was Gervonta's situation, missing weight. As you reflect on all the difficulties that you have to endure to reach 50 and 0, is that the ultimate sense of pride that you take away from your career?
Like what? What take away from my career? Like what?
Just, you know, enduring all those things, the trying to make weight, taking on each opponent, like you said, dissecting each opponent, figuring each guy out, and doing what you do. Over time.
I mean, just throughout my career, another thing about my career, I never wanted, you know, as far as, you know, making weight. When you asked me about Gervonta, Tank, making weight. He's young. But when I was young, I think I would have made those same mistakes if I didn't have my father in my life. You know, just being a coach that was extremely hard on me. You know, I think that if he didn't discipline me in boxing, I don't really know where, you know, how my career would have played out. You know, I didn't want to slack, and I didn't want to seem irresponsible or not disciplined. So that's why I always you got to sacrifice something to get something. So that's why I've always made sacrifices to get to a certain level. And to get to the pinnacle, you got to make sacrifices, and that's what I did.
Floyd, I know you said everything went according to plan tonight, but was there any point that when Conor pushed you to something you didn't want him to do this night? I mean, you follow of what you comment on what he said that he made you fall like a Mexican tonight.
Say it again. He wanted to what?
He said over the ring that he made you fall like a Mexican tonight. Did you buy that? Do you agree with that?
Listen, everybody know in this room that's watching me fight. I could have easily outboxed Conor McGregor, counter punched him all night. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go out with a bang. I told you guys I would come straight ahead. I feel like I owe that to the fans for the Pacquiao fight. Even though I don't owe anybody that, I put the pressure on myself and did it myself. And that was a goal of mine. And I told you guys that this fight wouldn't go the distance. Go back and look at all the interviews that I did.
Floyd,
Hey.
Mr. Joe from The Sportsman. First off, congratulations, not just on tonight, but on 50 fights that have gone your way. Congratulations, well played, sir. The people that we've spoken to ahead of this fight, when we've asked them, what chance does Conor McGregor have? How does he beat Floyd Mayweather? And these are other fighters and just fight fans in general. They said one thing Floyd Mayweather's got to overcome tonight is the will of the Irish. Did you feel the Irish presence in the crowd tonight?
I never focus on anything but the guy that's in front of me. Because when it comes down to it, I always said this for many, many years, the fans cannot fight for you. And one thing I know I can do, I can fight. So, the fans, when they shout, scream, I don't worry about nothing. I just, keep my composure and stick to the game plan. Constantly keep coming ahead, pushing him back. When he first come out for the first 20 seconds of the round, when he go back to his corner and he sit down, I said when he come out, he gonna come out for 30 seconds and fight hard. And then he gonna break. And once he break, that's when I'm gonna shoot a hard shot to the body, hit him with a hard shot up top, and keep pushing him back. Remember, I told you guys, weight doesn't win fights. Fighting wins fights. And then, when I said talking doesn't win fights, fighting wins fights. Meaning that when we was on when we was on stage for the weigh-in, I don't have to do no more talking. We fighting tomorrow, so I did enough talking on our tour, basically. So everybody said, "Oh, Mayweather, you was talking on the tour." Okay, I did a lot of talking on the tour, but now it's time to fight. We're 24 hours away from the biggest fight in the world, the biggest combat fight in the world. There's no need to talk anymore. And remember, all the fans that was here, those are soccer fans. And for the international people, those are football fans. But he's a hell of a fighter. And then, I hear him talking about, you should let me go out on my back or go out on my face. No, the referee saves you because the referee is thinking about your future. Because you're still young, and we want you to be able to fight again someday. So the referee is saving you, he's not saving me. That's all I'm saying.
Hey Floyd, I'll say you sound pretty certain on the retirement this time around, but obviously we've heard that before. So I just want, what is different this time around, and is it a different feeling than previous retirement?
Yes, I did walk away from the sport before. Very comfortable. I didn't have to come back. But, like I said, we do foolish things sometimes. All of us do foolish things. But I'm not a damn fool. If I see an opportunity to make 350 million in 36 minutes, why not? I had to do it. But this is the last one. You guys have my word. I had a great career. I can't complain about anything, I can't complain about anything, Steven Espinoza, like I said before, and CBS, they gave me the biggest deal in sports history.
Floyd?
Okay. Hi, thank you. Karen Bryant for MMA Heat. Floyd, you talked about not sparring, and I am curious, right here, hey. You talked about not sparring.
I got a sharp mind. I seen you when I walked in up to the left.
Yeah, you did. You looked right at my camera. Thank you so much for that. It's online already. So you said you didn't spar much for the last month, and then you make the request to have the glove exercise dropped. So how did that feel to you tonight? Did your punches feel different? Did they feel more powerful? How did that affect your performance, do you think?
Remember I told you guys this in you go back and look at the last press conference. This is exactly what I said. remember, you can give it, but I've been hit by some of the best punchers in the world throughout my career. 90% of the time, I'm dishing it out. I told Conor McGregor, this is exactly what I told him. I said, you can dish it out, but you have to be able to take it. The same way you dish it out, you have to be able to take it. Just like when you have children, you got children, and they joking with each other. One want to joke with the other, but the other don't want. But when one feeling good and the other not feeling good, they're not in the mood to joke. So, just like in boxing, most times your big punchers, they can't take it. They can take it early on, but down the stretch, they can't take it.
So my other question to you is, obviously you guys went back and forth a lot during the press conferences leading up, but Conor is always somebody who's noble in defeat. So what was he saying to you inside the ring afterwards? What did he say when you guys exchanged words after the fight?
I just told him, I'm tough. I told him, you're a tough competitor. Good fight. Keep up the good work, basically. Always want to carry myself like a gentleman, even though, you gotta realize when we in the press conference, when we doing what we doing, that's my job. He's the notorious one, I'm the money man, so we gotta get a fan what they want to see. When the fans, when we done the press tour, we went to four cities in 3 countries in 4 or 5 days. So when we had arenas like this, packed with 20,000 fans, we gotta give them a show. And a lot of people thought it was fake. No, we didn't like each other. We probably still don't like each other, but we still had to act like gentlemen at the end of the day. I can't come here, after making, over 300 million. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't like you. Good fight, make your career go on.
Floyd, right here in front. Floyd, have you had a chance to talk to your kids yet? And what does it mean to you and your family to have you finally officially retired? And what does that mean to them?
I'm pretty sure they're happy. I'm pretty sure they're happy because they get to see me a lot more. We get to spend a lot more time together, and that's really what it's about. It's about family. I came out here first. To Vegas. Well, my Uncle Roger came out here to Vegas first. And then I didn't even have no plans on moving. Actually, I didn't even have no plans on moving to Las Vegas. I came out here, turned professional at 19. And I can remember when I turned professional, because I always talk about this story in the dressing room, at the Mayweather Boxing Club. I go in the, when I went to Top Rank, the promotion company, when I went inside the office, I looked. They said they was talking, then they moved a piece of paper out the way. Then I seen that check. To myself, I was like, I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen that many O's in my life. Because I come from poverty. I come from the inner city. The check was only $100,000. But to me, when I seen the check, it looked like 100 million because I'm from the inner city. I never seen those type of numbers. Hood rich to me is, $30 or $40, $60,000. That's hood rich. You hear about it, but when you actually see 100,000, everything Top Rank was saying to me, I didn't hear anything. I just wanted to sign on a dotted line and get the check. And I feel like I'm the richest man in the world at 19, receiving $100,000. But I went to the gym. I never slept. I continue to work hard every day. I never put nothing before I put in my boxing, nothing. I worked hard, extremely hard every day. My dad still was in prison because, my dad left my life when I was 16. When my dad came back to my life, when my dad came back in my life, I was 21. So a lot of people kind of know about our relationship. So it was kind of rocky. When my dad left me, I was basically a teenage kid. When he come back into my life, I'm an adult because I'm paying my own bills. I'm responsible. I got my own house. I got my own car. I got my own everything. So it's kind of hard for us to really get on the same page. He still is the best trainer that ever trained me, hands down. Because I beat all these fighters for everything that my dad taught me. There's key things in boxing that I'm just in fighting period that fighters need, and that's why I had the ups on most fighters is because I done those key things that my dad taught me.
Stop the fight, then to let it go, all those those last shots in your career.
I mean, Conor, of course. I mean, it's like a catch-22. If he didn't get knocked out, I mean, if he hit the canvas, then they would have said, why you guys didn't stop it earlier? Then when you stop it, you're gonna say, oh, I didn't hit the canvas. I mean, you didn't throw a punch for a whole 1 minute and was getting hit with 3 shots. But like I said, I'm not here to bash Conor McGregor. I'm not here to do that. We done enough talking. I told him before, we both done a lot of talking, a lot of barking. It's time to bite. That was it. Where we at?
Here in the back, Salvador Rodriguez from ESPN Deportes, Floyd. Here, in the back.
Oh, I know you. What's up?
Yeah, thank you. Floyd, what do you think that is your legacy in the sport? What is the things that you change in this sport that you show to the young guys? What is your legacy around your career?
Run it by me again?
Yeah, what do you think that is your legacy in boxing? What do you show to the new guys? What do you change in this sport?
I think, every day, I think even communicating with Steven Espinoza of Showtime, every day we're trying to find that next Floyd Mayweather. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm pretty sure Steven was extremely happy when I said, we're going to do this fight. I'm the first one that talked to the CEO of the UFC. One day, I was on the phone with the CEO of the UFC. And I said, yo, me and Conor can fight. And he was like, no, Floyd not gonna fight. I don't think he want to fight. But eventually, we made it happen. But as far as my legacy, the most important thing to me about my career is the things that I did on the outside. Making the money on the inside, but making my money work for me on the outside. That's the most important thing to me about my career.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, you got it. Yeah, we're gonna let a few more go because that guy came to Girl Collection and gave me an interview. He went to MMA when he flew. He did support my strip club.
To your left, Floyd. Over that boy. Wobble the time. Black Smoke on.
What's up, family?
How you doing, my man? Thank you. Hold my laptop. I appreciate it. The question that I had for you is, now that your career is over, I was at the gym a couple of days ago. You see Adrian Broner, you see Errol Spence. A lot of these young African-American fighters look up to you. Not what you did inside of the ring, but what you did outside of the ring. What are a couple of things that you try to teach these young African-American fighters who a lot of times feel like they're villainized because they're black, to make it not just inside of the ring, but outside of it?
Well, when these young fighters get their checks, when they get their checks, we can't think about just right now. A lot of fighters, I was like that, but I got the money real young. The 100,000 that's the first check I got, but all throughout that week I got some more checks from Top Rank. So, I think by the time I was 20, probably by the time I was 20, 21, I was a millionaire. But these young fighters want to buy, bro. They see Floyd Mayweather with all the watches, all the diamond chains, all the cars. They have to invest their money. That's very, very, very important. They have to invest their money, and that's what I try to teach them. Floyd Mayweather was able to buy a diamond chain, a car, a house, everyone from smart investments. You have to, when I get with my billionaire buddies, I don't get with my billionaire buddies and say, oh, I'm happy to hang in your house, or I'm happy to ride on your jet. I don't say that, oh, I'm happy to ride on your yacht. I say, teach me how you did it, so I can have the same thing. So my great grandchildren can have it. Because I try to teach these fighters that becoming rich, you become rich. Wealth is something that is established to where wealth, when you're getting millions every month, you know, like myself, making $1 million, making millions every month. But you know, I have to take my hat off to Al Heyman also, because he's a very, very shrewd businessman. He's fucking unbelievable. Al Heyman is unbelievable, and we all know. You know, Al Heyman he don't really like his name mentioned. He like to stay behind the scenes. But everything that we came together and did is remarkable. When I wanted the biggest deal in sports history, him and Steven got together and we made it happen. You know, with everything, you know, with all the jets, with the 3 private jets and mansions all around the world, he was a part of everything, helping me get and reach everything that I wanted to do in life. So, you know what I mean? And a lot of people keep on saying, they think that Sam Watson is Al Heyman. Al Heyman is the guy that's probably in here tonight, but he's probably sitting up there. You know, he like to lay behind the scenes. Hell of a guy. Anytime I went to him or I went to Steven, I went to CBS, I went to Showtime, everything that I asked of them, they did. Even like with the Hublot deal. You know, of course I got on Hublot right now, because I cut a multi-million-dollar deal with Hublot. You know, I made millions and millions of dollars with Hublot just for, you know, less than 30 minutes. You know, I'm talking about millions of dollars. And then also, you know, like I said before, I learned how to work smarter, not harder. No different from this. You know, I got this hat on up here for a reason. And normally you guys would see me with a money team hat on, so you know they had to pay a hefty price for me to have this hat on. So that's just how it works. Where we at? Next question.
How you doing, Floyd? Tony Centeno, Vibe Magazine. Before the fight, you released a 42-track playlist, Hard Work and Dedication. Now tonight, you know, before and after, what kind of records were playing in your ear, aside from the records from that playlist?
On my way, you know, to the venue, what I was playing, everybody always see me on social media with the old school iPod. Because the new school iPod, you're not able to shuffle the songs. But the old school iPod, you can have more diamonds on the old school iPod, and you're able to shuffle the songs. But what I'm listening to is I like a lot of old school music. You know, a lot of old school music. Come on in, Conor. I'm listening to a lot of old school music, a lot of old school R&B, a lot of old school rap.
What about that Bodak Yellow?
Who?
Bodak Yellow, Cardi B?
Oh, Cardi B, she's making a mark, you know. She's done an amazing job to come from, you know, a cast of love with hip hop to having a big song. She's truly amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, to the podium, I'd like to call up the notorious one, Conor McGregor.
What's up, everybody? Hello. Put my whiskey down, notorious Irish whiskey. Coming soon. Do I answer questions or do I just rattle on? Rattle on? No problem. It was a good fight. Thought I smoked them the early rounds. I thought I pushed you up the early rounds, but I tell you what, you're one composed individual. You didn't get rattled. You tucked in when you needed to tuck in. I thought you switched up your game plan 3 times. Came out looking to box. I thought you were being outboxed early on. You looked to play against the ropes like you looked to play. You were getting picked off there. And then you came in, hands up towards your forehead, dipped in, forehead on the chest, and started to fight that kind of fight. I didn't anticipate that. Three game changes in the fight. That's what a true champion does. Much respect. You came with it. You know what I mean? I gotta give respect to that. It was a hell of a fight. I would have liked to see the end of the 10th. I think fatigue is like a patch. There's a patch somewhere in the middle of fights, even with the Diaz 2 fight. I have this patch where I must overcome. I get a little wobbly and I start kind of, but it's more fatigue. And I can't. If you look at the DL2 fight, I came through that, came back round 4, round 5. I would have liked it to see the end of round 10 and see where it brought us, but hell of a competitor. Switched it up, kept the pressure. You've got to give your hat off to Floyd. A hell of a career. Congratulations. It was a good fight. It was a bit of fun, right? It was a bit of fun. I have to say I enjoyed it. The boxing game is a lot different than the mixed martial arts game from everything, the approach to it. I thought the referee done a great job as well. I do feel it was a little bit early, but I respect his decision, and I thought he done an amazing job. I thought he let the fight flow where it should have flown. I think Floyd's frames were nice. When he throws the shot, he doesn't smother his work, he frames. And early on, when he was framing on me, I was shooking him and taking his back. But I'm like midway through the fight, when I at his back, the referee is just resetting us in the middle, and I'm like, somewhere in the middle of all that, I was like, I'm using valuable energy here to get to this man's back, and then we're just being reset to go again. So it kind of frustrated me a little bit, and he was able to capitalise on it. He's very composed, picks his shots very well, bounces shots off himself very well, and hides himself well. You know what I mean? I believe he was hurt a few times, but he keeps his composure. He doesn't show it. So, look, I enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a fun fight.
Hey, Conor, straight in, kind of expand on that a little bit and explain what you liked about the boxing business and what you prefer about the MMA business.
The check is all right. The check's not bad. Very good. But look, I'm gonna try. I've already been raising the MMA check, so don't get it twisted. I'm still gonna raise the MMA checks when I go back there. No, just the whole. It's just a lot more. I don't know what the fuck the difference is, but it's different. It's very different. It's just a little bit more cleaner or something. But I tell you what, I enjoyed it very, very much. It was an honour for me to come over here in the boxing side and showcase my skills. I know there was a lot of disrespect and disregard for my skill. You know what I mean? I'm a multiple weight free fighting world champion. I was a little bit taken back by the disrespect and the disregard that I was shown. In fairness, Floyd and his team never actually showed that disrespect. It was just the overall, everyone else. And it was almost like a little bit of a jealousy thing, so I kind of just got over it. But the disrespect for my skill set was a little bit, you know, it took me back a little bit, but I always knew that when the fight comes around, August 26th, I'm going to show up and I'm going to give a good account of myself. And I thought I'd put him out there, and I went to put him out. And I believe the first couple of shots flustered him, and I hit him a few times, but then he started reading it, and then he started parrying the shots well. He had a good strong parry on his lead hand. He dipped low, caught the body shots well. When he started engaging in his right hand to the body, I thought it was very well. I enjoyed the fight. It was a great contest, and a lot of stuff I'll take with me in my training. That's people ask me what's next. I'm not quite sure what's next. I have multiple titles in the UFC to think about. I could also continue in the boxing game. So what's next for me is continue to study and continue to learn. I'm a student of martial arts and fighting as a whole. I've studied everyone in the game, in all games, including Floyd. And it was an honour to share the ring with him and get up close and personal. I feel I held my own earlier. I feel it was close. I feel 5-4. I feel it was 5-4 into round 10. I would have liked him to get to the bell to see what was what. I think I stop for half a second. I'm going to take over the Irish whiskey market. This is delicious. So keep an eye out.
Conor, I was basically mentioning that it was really around the 26th, 27th minute when a lot of the damage started to accumulate and add up. Did you feel that there was some sort of difference going a lot longer than you had previously?
Of course, one of the main things in camp was go from 5 rounds to 12 rounds. That was obviously the main fucking thing. I had to experience that 12 round fatigue. And in the spars, with all my sparring partners, when I do the 12 rounds, there was always those middle rounds where I was like, I'd get to say 6, and then I'd be like, I couldn't see the finish line. I'd be like, fuck, I've got so many more rounds left. and I couldn't see the finish line. But then when I got through them, I got to like round 10, 11, certainly 11 and 12, I could see, okay, there's only 6 minutes left, and I could dig deep, and then I get that second win. That's why I would have loved it if I could have just got to the end of that 10th round. But the referee, I thought, done a great job. I thought he let the fight play, and I thought Floyd was phenomenal in there. Very composed, very selective with shots. And that's it. We live and we learn.
And Conor, there was also some discussion that your body actually looked a little bit different for the boxing match as it did for MMA. How did you rebuild your body, especially in the midsection for the boxing fight? And how long will it take you to adapt your frame again to come back to MMA?
I think the more you engage in wrestling and grappling, the upper body gets a little bit more blocky, a little bit more full. Whereas when I was engaging in boxing training solely, it was more cardiovascular based, so the body was trimming out. And then obviously I put in the stomach work. I knew they were coming for he was coming for the body. And the straight right hands to the body were nice. They were timed well, they were set up well, and fair play to them. Fair play to them. But I will get back into my jiu-jitsu training. I will get back into my freestyle wrestling training. I will start engaging in my kicking again, and we'll see what's next. I'll also look to adjust and prepare for a fighter that comes in with his forehead first and his hands up. Oh, you know, in camp, I had one sparring partner that fought like that, but everyone else kind of fought in that kind of traditional Philly shell style, or even a little bit more light in the feet, or a little bit more back against the ropes. But I only had one sparring partner that actually came and pressed forward, he had a bit of weight on me. And I only sparred him for the first 6 rounds, and then I'd move on to someone else, and I kind of helped to feel the way the fight panned out, the way Floyd adjusted, and I adopted that style. If I'd have had more of him in the later rounds in sparring, I would have been more prepared for that feeling, and I wouldn't have wasted some shots on the guard and on the gloves, and I would have been a little bit better prepared for that.
Conor, it was a fun fight tonight for sure, and I think you proved some doubters wrong. But of course, you know MMA fans want to know when they're going to get you back in the UFC cage.
I'm young, I'm fresh, and I'm ready. I mean, I was just tired in there, I feel. You know what I mean? He caught me with some nice shots, but I wasn't got dazed or rattled or anything like that, so I was just bollocksed, is the term we call it in Ireland. We'll see what happens. I'm going to hit, I beat a childhood friend of mine who's getting married. I'm going to charter out a 100-foot yacht, maybe for a day. Fuck that, paying for the whole thing, the whole whack. And just rally it for a day, have a big party, I'm going to take a load of pictures, and then just get the fuck off it. That's probably my plans, and then I'll see what's next.
You built to this over a long time. You saw this. Certainly you wanted to get the win, but what's next? How can you take this to the next level? What's the next vision?
I don't. This was some buzz to come in and face this man, and you know, so many doubters, so many. It's never gonna happen. Like even think it's never gonna happen. Remember that time. This fight is never gonna happen, and I always stood like, we can get this fight happen. Then it was like, I'm not gonna lay a glove, and there were so many things to overcome, and I just enjoyed the whole experience. So I'm just relishing in it for now. I have many options in mixed martial arts. I'm sure there's options now that will present themselves in the boxing game. Right now I'm a free agent. My name is on the ring. There you go, McGregor's Sports and Entertainment on the ring, in a boxing ring. That's something to be proud of. I'm very proud of that. So I'll see what's next, but I'm open. I love competing. I love a good fight. Tonight was a damn good fight, and that's why you're seeing me up here. My head, my heart, you know what I mean, show my heart, and I enjoyed myself, and that's it. Long may it continue, and we'll see what's next. I can't tell you exactly what's next, but no, something will be next.
You said you saw the fight 5-4 when it was stopped. One of the judges had you winning the first 3 rounds where you were clearly the aggressor. Floyd was studying your style, but the other 2 judges had it 8-1 in favor of Floyd. Does that surprise you a bit?
I think that's very, very biased. I'm actually shocked at that. I thought I won the first 3 rounds clearly. 4th round could be argued either way. Let's say 3-1, and then he took over. He started to take over then, and I thought I snuck in round 8. Then he won 9, and then got the stoppage in 10. So what was that, 5-4 into the final round, and he got the win. But in reality, all that means nothing. He got the win. Respect to him. I enjoyed it. I thought I done okay. You know, I thought I switch hit it a few times. He was wide to that. I know Paulie was on the phone to him telling him certain movements, but I switched through the lead hook, and he pulled from it a few times beautifully. Then I switched it up and hit the lead to the body. I caught him once or twice with that. But he's a smooth operator in there. He's not 50 and 0 for no reason. So I just enjoyed the whole process of it. I would have liked to see the final bell. I think I deserve to see the final bell, but what can you do? I certainly, you can say what you want. I put in so much work for this. I worked my fucking ass off. Like, I really properly worked my ass off. And there is something like I need to get over. I need to figure out why there is these dips in the middle area of a fight. It keeps happening. It happens to me a few times, and I just need to figure it out and keep pushing and keep going and keep striving. I've reached great heights, and I will continue to reach great heights and continue to improve and get better. And that's what it's all about. We compete, we get better, and we come back.
Conor, just to your right, apparently he was hopping, bouncing back home there tonight in Dublin and in Ireland. Obviously we saw in Las Vegas here, the Irish crowd have travelled their droves. You just got a message for your fans back home and the people who've travelled over this weekend.
You know what? We represent ourselves with pride wherever we go. We raise that flag so high and so much. Like, I had a big fur coat. They made me a big fur coat. It looked like something Ric Flair would have worn. Like a really flashy yoke, came down and dragged on the back. I was going to wear for the ring. I was like, you know what? It looks great, but I just want to wear the Irish flag. And I just parked it off and rocked the Irish flag. We're just proud people. We love a fight. We love anyone that can stand toe to toe and fight. And that's what we show respect to anyone that comes in and does it. So I'm just very proud of my people and my country, like I always am. Yeah. It's been a great ride, and long may it continue.
Whoa, whoa. Right, my man. Thanks.
Big round of applause for two class.
Get
down in front.
Right in front.
You guys get down for that.
Put your camera down, mate.
Conor, Ellie setback, please move straight ahead. First of all, congratulations on a tremendous performance. Conor, how do you spend $100 million now? You made $100 million. How do you spend it?
Well, it's now we go into the counting phase. We count up the gate, we count up the pay-per-view, we count up the merchandise, we count up the sponsorship revenue. And I send auditors in there like fucking sharks to count up every single dot. And if we're talking in the 5 million pay-per-view range or 4.6 or whatever the Pacquiao one's I'm clearing 100 million. But it's about counting that, because there's a lot of sharks in the game, so we're in the counting game now. And that's how I build it up and get that money, and then I don't know how I spend it. I just I've made so many ventures that are bringing in nice revenue from me, building brands. There's always McGregor brands. pursuit line and fashion line that I'm delving into. The whiskey that I'm playing into. Obviously, I have a Macklin as well that's operating very well. And then that's not even including any endorsement deals that I have. Like I have many endorsement deals as well. Money is good for me, and it's, you know, I'm very blessed. I'm very happy that I'm in the position I'm in. Right now, I'm in the stage of forever money. As long as I'm tactical and make smart decisions and don't do nothing stupid, I'm set for life. I've been in that position for a while, so I just carry on living my life, carefree, with a smart mind, and just enjoy the rest of it. Enjoy life. And see what's next in the fight. Because fighting is what I enjoy. I get itchy if I
Conor right here. A lot of boxing pundits said that you wouldn't land a punch. You obviously landed more strikes than many of Floyd's opponents. Is there anyone in the boxing game that you would like to have an opportunity to box here right now? Is there anybody that you'd like to box and still?
Yeah, you know, I'm certainly open. I'm certainly open to hearing what let's say what the Zuffa want, or WMEING, what they want, and what shows them want. And if they want me to forward it on the boxing game, then we can talk. I'm certainly young, 29 years of age. I don't think the boxing world or the fighting world has seen a man as confident as this come in at this age, and with this amount of accolades and this amount of records and this amount of revenue generated. So I'm certainly open to all options. I have certainly many contenders in the mixed martial arts game. I have a trilogy bet with Diaz that is sitting there. I have options. I'll see what's what. I'm here to fight. I'm certainly fresh. I'm certainly fresh to fight. I was not badly damaged there. It was fatigue. So we'll see what's next. We'll see what offers come on the table. Thank you. Thanks so much, everyone. I appreciate you all. Thank you.